Welcome! Today we are going to read an entire file in C. Inside our src folder, we can create our main.c file. Then we can include stdio, stdlib, and string.h, and then create our main function. Inside the main function, we can ignore argc and argv for now. And to test things for now, we can print our standard hello world. Inside the run.sh file, we can create our run script, and to do that, we can compile the code using gcc and then run the executable. Executing run.sh will compile and run the code and print hello world as we expected. Now we can create an io.h file. Inside this io.h file, we can get our boilerplate code. And then we can start defining our function, in this case io_read_file. We need first to define error_no. For now, we are going to define a typedef above. So we can add typedef int error_no, and we define error_no as an integer. We're also going to need stdio, stdlib, and error_no. Now, inside the implementation section, we can begin the function body definition. Inside our function definition, we can begin by reading a file and checking for an error. If there is an error, we return error_no. Then we move the file cursor to the end. After that, we measure the amount of bytes in the file using the file cursor. We move the file cursor back to the beginning. After that, we can allocate the memory we need to store all of the file contents. And just for peace of mind, we can include assert and assert that data is not equal to null. Then we can read our file using the fread function and check for an error using the ferror function. Finally, we can close the file and then set our variables and return 0 in case of no error. Now inside our main.c file, we can include our io.hlib by first defining the IO implementation and then including the header file. To test what we have just created, we can define content and size, call the function, and check for an error. If error_no is different from 0, then we need to report an error. To do that, we can just print the error and then execute one. Now we just need to modify the hello world printf to now print the content of the file. Now, if we run our run script once again, we can see hello YouTube modifying the content of the file, and running the script again, we'll get a different result. And this is how you read an entire file in C. In the next episode, we are going to implement a string view data structure.